Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. This is a Stackery unboxing, and I'm a little bit nervous about this one actually, because they sent it in a small box, and I'm not so sure if it's if it's going to be good. I am a little bit nervous actually. I see like there's a bit of damage on the top here, and I was a little bit nervous about this one. So let's see. Hopefully the books are good. They've been pretty good lately about shipping very well. So let's see. I'm going to open it up and show you how it looks inside. So they put lots of bubble wrap. That's a good sign. So bubble wrap. Then some thingy. And then they actually, so there was no, when you send comics, you actually should float it, but with a second box. So you should put one box that's bigger and then put bubble wrap, or not the peanuts. I hate the peanuts. Don't put the peanuts, but put another box inside and then put the comics. If you're going to send like a bunch of comics. Looks like the comics arrived safely, so that's a good sign, because they did wrap them and they put bubble wrap on the top and bottom, so they were well protected. So that's all good. Now this is about, I think about 10 orders, 10-15 orders that I was kind of sending to Stackery, because in Canada it's really hard to get items from eBay to ship to Canada. A lot of vendors don't send to Canada. The shipping is usually insane. Like, remember one comic, I wanted to buy this one comic, it was $5. And they wanted to ship it, and it was like $30-40 to ship. I was like, sorry, I guess I won't get it. You know, I was like, I'm not going to pay $40 for a $5 comic just for the shipping. So, you know, that it can get really frustrating that way. Now, these, this unboxing is actually just 3 orders from what I can see, but they're all my comic shop. So sometimes I will send all my comic shop orders to Stackery, because it's actually cheaper instead of just sending it all at once to here in Canada. So it's kind of weird. But this is 3 orders that I got from my comic shop. So I'm going to open the first one. So this is like, and they're all my comic shop orders, I can tell. So it's kind of interesting. So actually, I wasn't sure what this Stackery was, because there's actually 2 boxes that are coming from Stackery, and this is the first one. Okay, this is some cool stuff, some really cool stuff. Okay, so the first one is, I've been collecting this series of Golden Age comic books, and the series is called JoJo Congo King, and it's just, this is number 15 from the series. Actually, I misnamed the other one that I had. I wasn't sure what number that is, but okay. But this is number 15. It's just great, really great artwork from, I think this is Jack Kamen. I believe so. But in these comics, they featured a lot of really major Golden Age artists like Jack Kamen and Matt Baker. So really cool, fun, interesting comics with sexy jungle girls on them. So that's why I like it. So this is the first one that I got. This is number 15, and it's a really high grade. It's like really sharp. I'm not sure if you can see that. I'm gonna try to show you this one because it's quite beautiful actually. I don't know. They put it in this nice little like Marla or something, Marla. So really nice. I really like it. That one's quite sweet. And so you can't have one JoJo without getting another. I got this one as well. This is number 18, and this one's a little lower grade, but it's still very sharp and very nice looking. You got you know, JoJo in the background. This is JoJo, and he's like fighting some crocodiles. It's always good. You got the jungle girl in the front. Really cool. So I really like these JoJo ones. Okay, then I got some sort of this is why I had to send it to Stackery, because of these ones. And they're kind of interesting. They're adult magazines. And I'm not even sure how I'm going to show this because they're really hard to show because they're all adult. And yeah, so let me see if I can censor it somehow. Let me see. I gotta kind of censor it in a really weird way. Okay, this is me censoring it. It's the magazine's called Gasm, and it just features a lot of so I can sort of maybe, I don't know. There. I'll show it this way. I'm trying to censor it. It's almost impossible to censor. So sorry. I trying to keep this channel PG. So this is it's called Gasm. You can probably guess the meaning from that. But it's, this is volume 1, number 2. And then we got volume 1, number 1. So I just got a bunch of these. And this one I have to censor too. This is number 1. That was number 2. And these are just really interesting. Like if you like 1984, or not 1984, heavy metal magazines, these are kind of in that same similar style. And 1984 is a Warren one that I also liked. So that's why I picked that up. I thought they were interesting. And this is another series. This one's also adult, but it features, again, some really awesome artists. So I was like, wow, this is really cool. So this is called Crimson Embrace, and it's just like a magazine with a bunch of good girl art. Well, not so innocent, but good girl art kind of stuff. And it's just like, here's the back. It's just really like awesome art. So this is Crimson Embrace, number 4. And so I got number 1 as well. And this one I thought was kind of cool. Like this, just kind of coming out of the grave. And it's just like this kind of good, when they say good girl art, generally what it means is not that the girls themselves are good. That's one of those misnomers. But it's that the artist is rendering doing good representation of women, and maybe sexy kind of women. So, yeah, that's not necessarily good. So this is Crimson Embrace number 6. And it's just a collection. It even says a gallery girls collection. So just like different things, and it's got a nice back cover. Bit of horror, women in horror kind of comics. And one more that I got, and this is just another interesting one. I like this artist. This is Cheeto, I believe is pronounced Cheeto. Just really awesome artist. And I just picked up this because of his artwork. So this is, again, another one of these collections of just good girl art. So I thought that was kind of cool. Okay. So some interesting thing. That was volume 3. There's actually others in the series, but that's all my comic shop had. So those ones I thought were really interesting. So some Golden Age and some other stuff. Now let's get into some more comics. Okay. This should be interesting. I forgot why I got this one. I'm looking at it, I'm like blanking on why I got it. But I believe, if I'm correct, I have to remember, but I believe this is kind of the first, like, not Silver Age, but it's the first time that you see that. Okay, so what I'm saying is, when I say that, I'm referring to Batman's chest. So before this comic, whenever you looked at Batman, you would see him without the yellow on his chest. It would just be the bat. And this is the first comic where they changed the logo. I believe Night Tiger Comics was the one that kind of introduced me to this book. So I'm going to give him some credit. great guy. Check out his channel, Night Tiger Comics. Just a really brilliant YouTuber. So this one, he basically was saying that this is like the first time that like they changed the logo on Batman's chest, and they did it for copyright reasons. So to make it a little bit more copyrightable. So I think that's kind of cool. Okay, and so that was the first time it appeared in the Batman series, and then it also appeared in the Detective Comics series. So that was Batman 164, and this is Detective Comics 328. And this is when the first time that you see it on the cover with that new Bat logo. So I thought, I don't know, I always like those kind of like little historical things. So whenever I hear something like that, I'll try to pick it up. And there's like so many interesting things in here. Okay, this one is a signed copy. I like Razor. This is like a signed copy of London Night Lingerie Special. So this is Lingerie Special, and it's signed by I believe it's signed by the artist. Yeah, signed by the artist. And who is the artist? I can't even see. Eric Johns is the artist. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, I always like those kind of, the funny thing was, it was actually the same price as non-signed. So and it comes with the certificate of authenticity. So we know that it's real, supposedly. Okay. So then I was getting a bunch of these kind of 90s, like kind of good girl ones, or not good girls, bad girls. This is Finale #1, and or Finale, Fatality, no, Fatal. What am I saying, man? I can't speak today. Fatal. So yeah, and then I got some interesting one. I just thought this was a really great cover. Pure cover buy. I saw it. I thought it was interesting. I have no idea what it is, if it's even any good, but it was $2. So can't go wrong with that. It is the return of Girl Squad X. I just thought it was such an interesting cover. Like this girl with a chainsaw. I just thought it was really interesting. I buy weird stuff. I don't know. I buy way too much junk. One of my viewers recommended this one. This is Tommy Gun. Actually read it. It's not bad. It's kind of like, very similar to Razor and all these kind of 90s books. So this is Tommy Gun, and this is the annual #1. And then we got Fatal #6. Thought that was kind of a nice cover. And this one Mark and I were talking about. This one's kind of interesting. This is Star Trek Annual, I believe, #1. And this is actually the first appearance in comics, from what Mark and I have figured out. Mark Allroyd, another great channel to check out. This is the first comic book appearance of Christopher Pike, who's the first Star Trek Enterprise captain. So this is kind of funny. So Christopher Pike, they're planning to make a series about Christopher Pike. So this is a potentially hot comic. I actually ordered 2 copies, so there's probably another one that's going to be in here. And let me see if I can find it. All got mixed up. No, I only see one. I'm not sure where the other one is. So it might be in one of the other bags. I don't know why. Okay. And then we got Tommy Gun #1. So I got a bunch of these Tommy Gun ones. And then we got Fatal #2. Again, these are all like bad girls from the 90s. And this one, probably not this one was mentioned on Reggie Collects. And it wasn't this cover. It was the other cover. I guess it's some character that's kind of a hot character. So I picked it up. It was like, it was cover price or a little bit less even. So this is God Country number 4. And the other one that he mentioned, and I actually picked up the whole series, and I'll show it. I didn't get, it's not all in here. It's like, I guess it's another bag. This is Wild Card, and I just picked up the whole series. So this is Wild Card number 4 and number 2. So this, I guess it was optioned or something like that. There's a lot of talk about this one. Thought it might be interesting. So I picked up the whole series. It was very cheap. It was a very cheap thing to pick up. Again, I think I paid like $2 each or something like that for these wild card ones. This is one that I actually thought was really cool cover. I think my friend Kiwi was the one that recommended that I check it out. This is Unknown Soldier number 221. It's just like this kind of cool execution cover. It's like, it strangely reminds me of another comic cover, which has the first appearance of Firehair in it. Just kind of very similar. Something about it just reminds me of that comic. That's Ranger Comics 21. I'm guessing. I gotta remember these things. Yeah, so Ranger Comics. It reminds me of that one. So I just think that's a really cool cover. Bondage cover. Now, kind of a weird one. I thought this was kind of a little bit risque. Was this Babe Watch? A little bit over the top, so I thought it was kind of interesting. I kind of like the little bit of sexiness. Like almost bimbo sexiness. Babe Watch number 1, and it's like a shark is eating her. Yeah. It's just a little bit over the top. That was funny. And then one that I thought was kind of cool, somebody mentioned it to me, was Richie Rich Success Stories number 43, and it's kind of like that Richie Rich turning into a monster. And there's a special reason, even though, like, so my viewer recommended this, but there's actually a personal side to this story, to this comic for me. So when my daughter was really, really young, I would tell her bedtime stories. I'd make them up. I'd make up random stories and tell her bedtime stories. And one of the bedtime stories that I told her was of the chocolate monster, that if you eat too much chocolate, because I didn't want her to like spoil her supper. So I kept on propagandizing her that if you eat too much chocolate, you'll turn into a monster. So that's literally what's happening on this cover. So you got Richie Rich, and he's like drinking some chocolate thing, and then he drinks a little bit more, and he's changing, and he turns into a chocolate monster. I just think it's kind of funny. So I got to show this one to my daughter. She'll love it. I think, this is kind of funny. So when I saw it, I thought, wow, that is so interesting, because that's a story that I would tell to my daughter. So yeah, so that's Richie Rich Success Stories number 43. Really great cover. Okay, last bag, and this has probably got some of the ones that I was mentioning in the other group. Yeah, it looks like it. So I picked up a bunch of these Unknown Soldiers under, so what happened was, I have a good friend, his name's Kiwi. We chat on Instagram, and he watches my videos. And I did a video about Nazi covers. And he was like, oh, you should really look at Unknown Soldier and specific issues. He mentioned a bunch of specific issues that I should look into and pick up. So maybe for a future Nazi cover video, these would be great for it. So this is one with Hitler on it. It's Unknown Soldier number 256. And it's just a really great Nazi cover, if you're into Nazi covers. I always like the idea of, people rising up against evil. So this is Trudeau in the modern age. Yeah, I'm Canadian. What can I say? I make fun of my prime minister. Then we got Fatal number 4. I don't know. And now I'm finding the wild card. So this is wild card number 3. I don't know why it's all mixed up order, but this is number 3. It's only 4 in the series, I believe. And then we got Tommy Gun number 1. This was kind of nice. I think these Tommy Guns are pretty interesting. This one is a pure cover buy, but kind of interesting. I actually just ordered the number 1 from this series, but at the time when I ordered this one, they didn't have the number 1, but later they ended up getting it. So I picked up the number 1, but this is number 12. I just thought it was a sexy cover. This is World of Warcraft number 12. And I actually was a big fan of World of Warcraft when I was much younger. Like when my daughter was born, I would play World of Warcraft. And kind of a cool thing about me is I was like really good at World of Warcraft. Actually got number 1 ranked on during the vanilla stage of World of Warcraft. So I was like the player like on World of Warcraft. That's how geeky I am. I love World of Warcraft. So and there was people that would actually make videos about me playing because I was that good. It was kind of weird. Yeah, I had the full set of Field Marshal armor. If you're a World of Warcraft person from the original, the first generation, you would understand what that means. It's a big deal. You have to be number 1 ranked in order to get the armor. So yeah, I got that armor. Too much time sometimes. Okay. Now another Unknown Soldier. This is 239. This is kind of cool one. Another Nazi cover. And then we got, this is the one that you should pick up. I mentioned the wild cards. This is the one that you need to pick up if you're speccing on wild cards. This is wild cards number 1. And again, I picked up all these really cheap, like really cheap. Like I think they were $2 to $3 each. And it's probably now a $20 book. So, $15 to $20, I would guess. So not too bad. So that was wild cards number 1. And then we got another Tommy Gun. This is Tommy Gun. So somebody recommended Tommy Gun, so I picked them all up. This is Tommy Gun half. And here's the other one. So this will be a giveaway at some point. I got to do giveaways. Put a comment below if you want me to do giveaways. So just put a comment in the comment section saying, Alan, do giveaways. This is a giveaway. So this is my extra copy of Star Trek Annual number 1, the first appearance of Christopher Pike, Captain Pike. And then we got Fatal number 3. I really like these covers. I think it's kind of interesting. And more Babe Watch. I got the whole series of Babe Watch. I thought it was just kind of sexy and interesting. I was kind of curious about it. This is Babe Watch. The other one was a variant cover, I believe. And this is the A cover. And then we got the B cover. Or maybe the other one was a different issue. I'm not sure. This is the B cover. Sort of sexy books. Did I get 3 of these annuals? I thought I only got 2. But I guess I found another one. Here's another one of these Star Trek annuals. I got 3 of them. I must have clicked it more times than I thought I did. Oh well. Sometimes you buy extra things you don't mean to buy. And this is a really interesting one that only appeals to me probably, but it's Challengers of the Unknown, number 46. And the reason this appeals to me is I'm sort of obsessed with a certain comic. So Doll Man did a comic where the bell, like there was like Doll Man was sort of on the ringer of the bell. And then they did the one with the head, like the decapitated head being the ringer. So I thought I've been sort of collecting these these weird covers that that have that situation where the guy is in the ringer, in the bell. I don't know why. I just think it's interesting. I don't know why. I don't know why I picked these up. So, but yeah, I just think it. So what I'm planning on doing once I get the one that is like Witch's Tales, like I forgot what number it is, but Witch's Tales that has the guy on the bell, the head, I should say. Once I get that one, I'm going to have like a little collection of these people in the bell covers. It's kind of a weird thing. Like some people collect like people blowing bubbles, like bubblegum covers. I do too, actually. I collect people in bells. So very odd, but I think it's interesting. And then we got God Country number 6. I believe it's either this one or the other one that's kind of the two keys for that character that is going to come out. I already have God Country number 1. And then the last book in this unboxing is another Unknown Soldier. This is number 210. And it's a really interesting one because you got to me, it's almost a crazy cover. Okay, so you got the guy, he's upside down, he's like the bondage thing going on. You got all these German guys in the background with machine guns, okay? He's tied up. What is he going to do? Okay? He's tied up, he's upside down. And then you got this one guy, I don't know why, one guy with a bow and arrow, like a crossbow. Like, like, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like machine guns, crossbow, like, okay, overkill much? Okay, so I just thought it was interesting. And that's the last one in this unboxing. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was fun for you like it is for me when I open these boxes up. What do you think? Please put comments below. I have like a whole bunch of these to give away at some point. When the show comes out, I want this book to be like $100 book, and then people will be like, oh, I can get it from Alan, and Comic Collector Geek, and it's like the cool book to get. And yeah, so then people will subscribe to my channel in order to win that prize. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and like the video and comment and all that kind of stuff. Thanks for watching. Bye.